Greetings, friends. I'm Bradley J, and I like to travel, and I like to try hookah wherever I go. I'm going to talk to you about hookah experiences in 8 cities and rate each experience. First, let's focus on Jordan. In the desert outside of Amman, Jordan, I came across a group of desert police in a tent, and they asked me to join. Being in the shady tent with rugs in the sand and bonding with these guys over a pipe of double apple was a real meaningful travel experience for me. Maybe the best ever. I'll give it an 11 out of 10. And this is Istanbul, definitely the real deal. I found that visiting the small hookah bars where you're the only outsider is a great way to bond with folks of another culture. I went with my brother. And by the way, always go with double apple shisha. Anything else just doesn't do it. Now we're looking at Sarajevo. This is Pigeon Square. Sarajevo is a pretty good hookah town. Initially you might be surprised by this, but if you think about it, it does make sense. It seems to be popular here as a tourist activity, and that reduces Sarajevo's hookah cred for me a bit, but it's still good. I'll give it a 7. This is Tallinn, Estonia, and one of my favorite towns with great bars, but hookah is not its strength. This spot had a good pipe, but there were burn holes in the furniture. I'll give it a 5. One of my better hookah experiences was, believe it or not, in Belgrade, Serbia. Across the street from the Hotel Moscow, this joint has a posh gentleman's club vibe, good pipes and good beer on the cheap. It's a great place and a great deal. Belgrade gets an 8. We'll wrap it up with 3 heavy hitters, Cairo, Luxor, and Jerusalem. Cairo is massive, loud, and gritty, and fantastic. And shisha is really insinuated into the culture. Deep alleyways and streets like Tentmaker Street are lined with tables and usually men chatting, playing games, and enjoying a pipe. That hookah hose you see me with right there is mine. I bought it from some kid out in a warehouse with hundreds of them. It was $3. Welcome. And here's the shop in Luxor where I bought my hookah. I haggled pretty hard, maybe too hard. The guy was asking $200 and I got it for 40. Also in Luxor, right on the Nile, in the fabulous Winter Palace Hotel, there's a beautiful garden with a dedicated shisha area where at the time I was able to enjoy a pipe for only $3. Luxor definitely gets a 10. And finally, Jerusalem. While Jerusalem doesn't have the number of hookah options that you might find in Cairo, the magic of relaxing there with a bowl of double apple and a few locals, in perhaps the most intense example of living history on earth, gives it a special place in my hookah heart. Jerusalem gets a 10. And if you only travel to one place in your entire life, shisha or not, I recommend Jerusalem. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, why don't you click subscribe and click on the bell to get notified of future posts.